It's Blackadelic, that's when your cash is really fast and your ass is smelling. Can't you tell it's bad when you grab your head and feel pain in your back and belly? I would take it back. Oh man, who said that? That nigga? Nah, hold up, take me to him. Okay. Yeah. It's a lot of whole talk around where I stay. The Fame Podcast.
I don't do much, but when I do it, I only do it with real motherfuckers, man. Stay tuned.
Fame Podcast.
We in the building. You know what you all mean to me. Peace of life, family. Welcome to the Vain Verdict Podcast. You already know who it is. It's your boy Pimp Black. Yeah, man. I am your gracious host, man. Look, this is the Vain Verdict, here to get a game service. Where that cost change, I ain't certain, but I'm sure it gonna make all the pain worth it, y'all. Salute to each and every last one of y'all checking in. Y'all already know where you're checking in from, but y'all already know how we do it, man. No pullbacks. Pull up. Come talk to me, family. Where we checking in from? Y'all already know how we do it around this time. Where we at? Yeah, let me see them locations. Yeah. See, you could have been anywhere else in the world tonight. Yeah, but you right here with your boy, you did. And you took me back, right? I see you. See, I don't know what it is. Despite all my imperfections, y'all already know how we do it around this time. Because I appreciate you. I'm grateful. United States, Singapore, Canada, St. Martin, India checking in. Let's dive into the U.S. California live. New Orleans, I see you. Carolinas, both of them, North and South. Yeah. New York City, peace and life family. Of course, ATL. Why name it? Because we claim it. You did. Jersey, I see you. Philly, what's up? Simone, New York, what's up? LA. LA, DJ, what's happening, baby? Salute, boy. Hit me up. Listen, man. This is what we do every time around this time, man. And I appreciate every last one of y'all, man. Again, this is the Vain Verdict Podcast. I'm your boy, Pimp Black, man. That's a person in making progress. And I'm going to do that with this melanated hue that I have, man. Hey, look, I couldn't do it by myself. As y'all see, man, salute my boy, Denzel Smith. Man, talk to me, man.
I appreciate you, bro. First and foremost, thank you for opening up your doors to me. You got me in your home. That's real.
Yeah, man. Welcome to the domain, man.
Man, your palatial estate that you got going on here, motherfucker went to the bathroom, turned left, and I was in another wing. So, you know, thank you. Thank you for inviting me over here first and foremost. I appreciate you. We only known each other for a short time, but it seemed like a long time, my guy. So
sure, man. That's how it go when it comes to family. You know, when it comes to love and respect, and I had the utmost for you, bro.
Hey, so let's do it, man. I'm here with you.
So, you know, and that's why we here, family. You know, I know we, gonna talk about a few things tonight, different, obviously, how we normally do it around here. But salute to my boy for joining us. You know what I'm saying?
Just sipping tea, by the way. This ain't nothing but some
tea,
man.
Baby. Salute to
Jameson. Matter of fact, let me shout out this Jameson and let me shout out
because ain't no sponsors in.
Ain't no sponsors,
but ain't no sponsors in right now.
My brother's name is also Jameson. So let me shout him out real quick, and he gonna come here and talk to us real soon. He a superhero in his own right. So we gonna do that together one time soon.
Sure. Say no more. Mm-hmm. That's the move.
Up here plugging niggas. I make it seem like I do this shit, huh?
Plugging
niggas shit. I think we get a hand clap real quick.
You gotta get a round of applause for that.
Right. Round of applause for that one. That shit was smooth. That shit sounded like I've been doing it.
Let the fuck sit. That's love, man.
This gonna be fun.
That's love, man. Hey, but y'all already know, man. Again, everybody salute. Family and checking in on the YouTube. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Everybody listening in on Anchor, Blog Talk Radio, Overcast, Google, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, wherever you listen to it at, man. Salute. Appreciate every last one of y'all. Hit that subscribe, hit that share. Tell a friend, man. You know what I mean? Fuck one of y'all. Of course, y'all already know. Welcome to Black World Volume 1 and Volume 2 out on our platforms.
Yes, sir.
Check it out. Look it out. You know what I mean? Blackadelicentertainment.com. For anything else.
I'm looking it out right after this.
You know what I mean?
Looking it out right now.
Hey, man. See what I mean? There it is, man.
Got you, my brother.
I'll do it like that, man. Hey, look, y'all. So, look, hey, man, D-Boy, hold on.
We got to talk.
We got to talk, bro.
We got to talk,
bro.
Come on, let's talk, bro. We got to talk.
Before we even get in, like, you know what I mean? Man, salute, R.I.P. to DMX, man.
Yes, sir.
To the dog,
one of the GOATs.
I haven't talked to the family since, you know what I mean, obviously before his untimely demise, but, R.I.P. to one of the greats. And, I can truly say for me, DMX was, a real instrumental figure, in my coming up, in my life.
So if we can talk about it for a second, with DMX, I'm about to turn 30 next week. So I'm kind of like that guy that I'm LeBron, not Michael, right? So that Michael era is different from that LeBron era. That DMX era is different from that Drake era. Like I came up in something different. So for you being, the elder statesman in the room, the big dog, the homie, the big homie, what did DMX really mean to you? Growing up with it, seeing it differently than what I saw.
So I think because for me, like a lot of the music, right? A lot of us, when I say us, the music guys I listen to, we like the same age. I'm the same age of a lot of the guys in music that I idolize.
Right.
So, it's one of them things who are like, a lot of the things that they say is relatable messaging. So literally everything that DMX, you
can relate to it.
Like to the T, all the way down to the dogs.
Everything.
You know what I mean? Like the ball, it was like
that.
That was my name.
How niggas identify with Drake today. They think everything he's saying is relatable to them. That's the same thing with you.
Listen.
Yeah.
So watch this, right? So I try to help further put it in perspective for everybody. So example, if they had to round all the black people up, right? And put us back with our fucking tribe.
Yeah.
That nigga in my tribe.
Ha! That nigga in your tribe.
Me, DMX.
Yeah.
Maybe Park, what I mean? It's selected through a couple niggas in our tribe.
Yep.
And I just call the bald head. I think it might be attitude and
the bald head make it different. Bald head make it different. Y'all got a connection.
Fact.
You, him, and Michael.
It's like and like on some real shit. And I compare DMX and Tupac to this fact.
And Pop, yeah.
To why I say them niggas like neck to neck. And people be saying I'm tripping. For me, what they did, what both of them did for me, right?
Yeah.
Because their passion on their love for their people and spirituality. You know what I mean? They want to have a desire, a connection with a higher power. Both of them was big on that.
And they did.
And was passionate about that. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So that's why I said like it's a selected tribe of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not just a haircut.
Yeah.
The haircut, for some reason, it just fit our tribe.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, it's not the bald head.
Fact. We chose to cut our strength off. Like it's the story of Samson and Delilah. You know, that's what's in the Bible.
Yes,
you know
sir.
What I mean?
Speak on it. Speak on it. Speak on it.
Where he met that woman and you know, and you know, one of my preachers, Reverend Timothy Fleming, you know what I mean, that I grew up on. Salute to Timothy Fleming.
Shout out to Preacher Fleming.
Salute to Reverend Timothy. This crowd never do no crazy shit.
Shout
Salute
out
to Reverend Timothy Fleming. But he had a sermon called Sleeping in the Wrong Woman's Lap.
Sleeping in the wrong woman's lap.
Y'all go look it up.
Sleeping in the wrong woman's lap.
Sleeping in the wrong woman's
He was probably going in when he was saying that shit. You sleeping in the wrong woman. You didn't did it and then you come back and then you do it again and he was probably going off in that motherfucker. I already know. I know.
And so he one of them type of shit like that. That
I threw you off with that one. My bad. Hey, you can't have me on this motherfucker. Hey, you gotta have your clip ready, baby.
But look, he was like, you know what I mean? He preached that shit, right? But see, damn, nigga, you threw me
I threw you all out. Yeah, bring it. Well, you know what though? You were saying that he came with a story called "Sleeping in Another Woman's Lap."
Yeah.
But I took that story and I went extra. That's what threw you off. Yeah. But go ahead. Yeah. But I got you though.
You put him back on the street.
Well, boy, I can bring you back, baby. Shoot.
Put him back on the street.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
But he didn't serve called Sleeping in the Wrong Woman's Lap. But anyway, it's about Samson and Delilah.
Yes, there we go.
I mean, Samson was the strongest man on earth.
Yes, sir.
You know, and apparently, you know, according to the story, God put all the strength in his hair.
Yeah, and then and that's why you don't break that strength.
The woman to manipulate him, talk him into cutting his hair off.
Right.
You know what I mean? Was supposedly ultimately killed him and a lot of people or whatever.
Right.
But so like we kind of look at, you know what I mean, that shit like, okay, fuck it, but you can have.
Yeah.
So, but a lot of people look at the hair like as an extension.
An extension.
You know
the extension.
The extension, you know, your connection, you know, to the earth.
Yes, sir.
But I was, you know, to feel like that connection is within anyway.
Spiritual.
You know what I mean? Or what is it with the hair?
Well,
is that spiritual?
For me, it's becoming more spiritual. And thank you. Nobody ever really asked me about my hair. I cut the sides, so it's kind of a halfway spiritual journey. But for me, it's getting to know that there's a part of my body that's connected to something and it will not lie to me. My hair tells the truth. My hair shows when I'm going through things. My hair shows when I'm happy. My hair shows when I'm sad. My hair feels all of my emotions. The longer my hair grows, ironically enough, I think it's something connected to the brain. I feel fucking smarter. I don't know what the hell that shit is. I gotta read some more books on it, but my hair is becoming a part of me that I love. And people be looking at me crazy when I say it, and they be like, well, you think you got this and you got that and all this kind of stuff, but it's something about this hair that's growing in a way that's naturally growing. I mean, I know I sound like a fucking commercial, but it is. I love it. It's a journey. It's a long journey. And I still feel like I'm only at the beginning of the journey. Like I feel like this is the start of the journey. I feel like my hair is going to become something of its own entity at some point. But you know, we're here now. But yeah, that's with my hair. I feel like we all should just value something at the end of the day. Like even if it's your hair, if it's your art, if it's your mind, if it's your love, or whatever the case may be, there should be something that you just really truly value every second of the day. You can't run away from it.
Find value in something. That's big.
That's it. It's too early in the game for me to be talking all philosophical now, nigga. We ain't even got into the goddamn. We ain't even started talking about the shits that we had on the notes. we done already got deep, my nigga. Goddamn.
Hit that subscribe button, man.
I'll be back. Shit.
God
damn. We just got into this.
That was dope. All right. So, but look, not only DMX, man, that boy Black Rob.
Yeah.
And it was interesting because Black Rob did a, he had did like an Instagram live, paying his tribute to DMX. And he ended up dying a couple weeks later.
And then like we even the deaths, not to cut you off, but the deaths, like the recent deaths, or then today, R.I.P. Prince, a legend. Is the 5-year anniversary of his death. Yesterday was the I don't know how many Luther Vandross's birthday. Like we done lost some legends and shit like that. It's just be rest in peace to all of them, I be thinking. Now the recent ones are real tragic. I'm not even, can you tell me about the Black Rob situation? Because I don't even really know what happened with that. I'm not that familiar with that situation. If you can put me on game.
So, and you know what, bro? I'll tell you what, man. I'm probably gonna lead straight into it. You know what I mean? I almost gonna lead it on why we here.
Sorry, y'all, for being ghetto. People who listening, they can't see, but the people who watching, they can see. But I'm being ghetto right now. But we here. I stood up and shit, but we here. We having a conversation now.
It's all good.
But talk to me, brother.
Podcast. These niggas dying dope fiends, bro.
They dying fucking dope fiends.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna be honest with y'all, like, you know what I mean? And
what you mean by that though? You gotta elaborate on that. You can't just say they dying dope things. What you mean? I mean, I know it's self-explanatory, but just go deeper.
Now to go deeper. Now, again, the DMX character, that's who I'm play a very, very, I can't even he had a very significant role in my upbringing.
Okay.
That music.
Yeah.
You know
his music, but you said the character too. Not even just his music, but the character.
That character was the music.
Okay.
That's how I was introduced to him.
Okay.
And the other character was, what I saw in interviews or movies or whatever. Just like him, it's no same, no different than Tupac. You know what I mean? They all in the same brand.
Yeah.
But see, that wasn't Earl Simmons. Earl Simmons was a fucking junkie, my nigga.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. Earl Simmons is the one that died.
Wow.
DMX.
Wow.
Had been dead years back.
Wow. You know it take a lot to wow me.
I'm gonna be
lot
real.
to wow me. Ain't nobody never said that shit like that the way you just said it. Talk about it,
bro. I want to talk about this shit like real shit.
Damn.
DMX
died years ago.
Years ago, bro.
I've
been over it. Woo! I'm talking about for a nigga that's a diehard DMX fan. Woo! I've been went through this part. We talking about DMX. I've been went through that shit already.
DMX been going in your mind.
Man, please, man.
We just been dealing with this junkie ass.
We been let this shit go.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Out there at the first arrest, nigga. At the first public dope arrest, I was done with it.
That's deep.
DMX was done.
That's deep.
See what I'm saying? At the first show when he couldn't get it together.
You already knew it was over in your mind.
DMX was done.
That character, superhero had died in your mind. Now we're just dealing with the man.
Man, that man got 17 kids, bro.
17 kids.
Listen, y'all, that man got 17 kids, cuz. You think them folks thinking about a motherfucking DMX?
DMX been dead too.
That was Earl Simmons, nigga, who they
don't give a fuck about that music. They don't give a fuck about them hits.
Who they was trying to get together, who life they were trying to put.
Yeah. Yep. That's deep, bro.
Man, they been reaching out to this nigga for years, bro.
That's deep, my nigga. That's
you know what I'm saying? Like, look, this what I be trying to tell them. And look, why this?
That's too deep.
Why this? I'm gonna go back
That's too deep.
Which is why I say all this shit tie into why we here. And like I said, my views on shit are a little different, man. And that's why I like to talk about it. I want people to think on some shit. Ain't no different than George Floyd, bro. It's unfortunate what's happened to that man, my nigga. But everybody love that nigga now. Didn't nobody love that man when he was down there with that fake $20 bill?
George Floyd, you saying, is a character, a figure,
now a fake shit.
A face to
a fake shit, a fake revolution.
And I'm gonna tell you
he's
why.
A face of fake revolution.
I'm gonna tell you why. I didn't even know I agree with you until you just said it that fucking way. And I thought that my shit may have been too controversial for me to say. But
one thing I don't do is play, especially with the truth.
But what
they say the truth is a hard pill to swallow, bro.
What should have happened?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna say it right now.
Come on.
What should have happened, so we could really see if we niggas talking. To me, this is the equivalent of when a nigga be talking like he's going to fight, knowing that he's not really capable of fighting. Like he's saying, I can't fight, all you do to he all bark and no bite. Mm-hmm. So what I think and what I actually wanted to happen, I'm not even gonna say what I think, what I wanted to happen was not guilty, not guilty, not guilty. Now let me see if y'all really ready to shake this shit up. Mm-hmm. Let me see if y'all really ready to take this shit over. Cause y'all saying if not guilty, not guilty, not guilty, y'all gonna do what we did back in 1991, 30 years ago, when Rodney King, his case did what it did, and 63 people died, like 2,000 people were injured, but they went out and they rioted and they did what they did, and it did change the course of the 90s, because think about the 90s. The 90s became very black.
Man, ain't
the
no
90s,
ain't
it ain't
no
no,
like that, man.
That's what I'm saying. You got to think about what happened. We had an opportunity to really change something if they said not guilty, not guilty, not guilty. And let's see if we really gonna go out there and shake this shit up. If we really gonna talk, we talking that shit if we really gonna do it. But it said guilty and we got a chance to exhale, and it was 420, so we really exhaled.
The Fame Podcast.
That's what I'm saying. Niggas ain't finna do that shit, man, because now it's a nation of African Americans. You know what I'm saying? This is a nation of African Americans now. You ain't expecting a revolution out of that. No question.
And then the way the beautiful, ugly, dark, twisted fantasy of the American narrative, in the same breath of this happening, this little girl gets shot 4 times in Ohio. They literally just said, yeah, y'all story ended, but by the way, don't forget, yeah, y'all thought y'all up here happy because George Floyd, but don't forget, ain't shit gonna happen to that motherfucking officer, along with the other 30,000 that we don't even know about, that's not caught on camera and made a national story. But y'all got this one. But don't forget, where are we going to go from here is the real story. What are we really going to do? I think we had an opportunity to do something if they said not guilty, not guilty, not guilty. But they said guilty, guilty, guilty. And us as a people, we were like, okay, bet, we're cool now, until we decide that we're fucking not.
The Fame Podcast.
Don't get me started, boy.
My nigga.
Don't get me started. You shouldn't have got me on this motherfucker.
With that,
you shouldn't have got me on this
motherfucker.
Family,
we're going to take a little break for a second. We'll be back in a minute, man. Favorite podcast, family.
Yes, sir.
Back at it, family. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's the Favorite Podcast again. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button if you checking in on the YouTube. Hit that share, hit that subscribe, hit that follow if you're listening in on Anchor, Blog Talk, any one of the other streaming platforms. You know what I mean? My boy Denzel Smith in here. You good, bro?
I mean, we just had a whole discussion, my brother. I want to say again, thank you to everybody who's listening. Thank you again for allowing me into your palatial estate. You know, come back from break, still talk about the estate. Big ass house you got. Go to the bathroom, turn the corner, don't even know where the fuck I'm at. So yeah, thank you again for that, and let's keep going, man. That was great. That was great.
Yeah, man. So I want to I'm trying to pull up this here. I want to show the people something, man.
But for me to, as you're pulling that up, for me to go back to what I was saying, I want to double down on that, because I don't want people to think that I'm saying because I say George Floyd, the idea of it, and because I wanted the not guilty, not guilty, not guilty, I want to explain that a little bit more. The horrible part of all of this is that a man died, whether it's about a counterfeit $20 bill or about a beef that him and dude had back in the past or whatever it's about. A man died, and the family, even throughout all of this, is not going to get that back. But it changed the world so significantly, and it was a moment. Like I said, 30 years ago, there was a moment when Rodney King got his ass beat on camera, when there wasn't even really an on-camera situation 30 years ago in 1991, but that shit was still on camera, and they were beating his ass for minutes and minutes and minutes and minutes and minutes. And he got off, and they rioted LA, and 63 people died. 63 or 64 people died in the riots. And then thousands were injured in the riots. That were people ready to go out and fight. So when I say again that I wish that it would have been not guilty, not guilty, not guilty, is to see, are we really ready to change some shit? Because I felt like that changed shit for almost a decade, because you got to think about the 90s. The 90s shifted in our favor more than any other decade.
Wait, now hold on.
You got to be ready to change shit to do that.
Hold on, because I mean, you got to be careful with that.
I know.
You know, because
motherfuckers talking about they willing to die. Are you really willing to die? To change shit.
I mean, we not inciting
a riot or violence, of course not.
So, okay.
But are we willing to continue to protest, speak up, and try to figure out a way to change systematic racism by being systematic?
Fact.
Maybe that's what I'm saying.
Agreed.
But now we're not going to be, because it was guilty, 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 and we're just all like everything is good. But like I said, in the same breath of guilty, 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 this girl is getting shot down in Ohio 4 times for police that she called. Mm-hmm. So in the same breath, that's what I'm saying. Like, we can't even, how can we celebrate when that's happening? And on top of that, all the other cases, let's say there were 10 more cases that happened yesterday in that same guilty, guilty, guilty breath when we're all celebrating, and we don't even get the news coverage of those. We don't hear everything that's going on. We don't hear all the evils of the fucking world.
So let me ask you this. Do you think there's a solution?
There is a solution.
Like that, because like for me, for my stance, right? It's gonna, until there's a massive bloodshed, there will never be peace for a black man in the United States of America. Mm. Because
could that have happened if there was not guilty, not guilty, not guilty? No. Now, I'm not saying I wanted it to happen. I'm not saying I wish it would have happened. I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty. Do you think there would have been a massive bloodshed in America that would have changed the course of the country?
Nope.
You don't?
No.
All right. Okay.
No, because we done seen this shit before. How we sit here saying this happens all the time. This shit ain't nothing new. You just said in the same, bro, at the time they were releasing that verdict, some more fuck shit was going on.
In the same breath, somebody was getting shot down.
When they go to court for that shit, it's some shit gonna be going on.
You know, but you do know the difference in this one though. This shit was undeniable. That was the difference in this one. This was 8 minutes and whatever. It turned out to be 9 minutes. This shit was undeniable. Mm-hmm. Like this shit, you couldn't, this wasn't even even the girl yesterday, I've looked into the story. They're saying, oh, she was waving a knife. The officer, I talked to an officer sat at my bar earlier today and was like, well, you know what? She was waving a knife. She could have killed that other person. The person had a right to shoot her. That is always, this one was undeniable. He killed that nigga.
He'll do 12 years max.
The officer for Ohio?
He'll do 12. This nigga, Derek Chauvin. He'll do 12 years max.
He gonna do about 12, 15. I agree with that. He gonna do about 12, 15.
It ain't that. So
they just. But if they, that's what I'm saying. I know it sounds wrong, but I'm like, you might as well have just even guilty. We just celebrating, we turning up, we thinking that means change. Like I said, in the same breath, a girl's getting shot down and 20 other people getting shot down. I would have rather they said not guilty, and we all paid attention and did something. Yeah. That's what I would have rather happen. I know that sounds crazy, but I mean, the man dead. It ain't gonna take back whether he come back to life or not. Not guilty. Let's see if we really gonna change some shit and shake some shit up. But that's but that's more Brother Malcolm than Brother King.
So do we really give a fuck about George Floyd? Or is it more so the
nobody really gives a fuck about George Floyd? Like nobody gives a fuck about that person. Like I'm sorry, nobody really gives a fuck about George Floyd. Nobody knows. People really think that he's people think he stacks twin for real. Steven Jackson's twin for real. Like they really think that they twins for real. They don't even know this man just because those two look alike. Like don't nobody give a fuck about George Floyd. Like we were locked down in this story. We were all forced to watch it. All the factors played into this. We were in a pandemic. We had no choice but to watch this shit. We all wanted to get out, so we decided to protest. Like it's a lot of different moving pieces into why we care about George Floyd. And George Floyd is the least of those pieces. I care about his family. I care about what they're going through for the loss. I care about his daughter. I care about, whatever woman he had in his life, his parents. I care about them. And what they're going through, having to go through this on the world stage.
That's that bullshit, bro.
But nobody gives.
Everybody be saying that shit, bro. Nobody give a fuck about.
So I give a fuck about some of them.
Oh no, people don't give a fuck, bro.
I give a fuck about some. This is the thing. I'm not saying no. I'm saying like I don't.
People gave a fuck about George Floyd, bro.
Okay.
That nigga would have been in there with that fake $20 bill, bro.
Okay. All right.
I said the same shit about Steven Jackson.
Steven Jackson. Stacks. Come on, Stacks. All the smoke, baby. Give me on, baby. All the smokes, baby. But no, I'm saying the sympathetic nigga in me, and I'm really a cold ass nigga, but the sympathetic nigga in me cares about the fucking family. I care what they're going through, and they have to go through this in a public eye.
I'm gonna tell you what you care about, bro.
What I care about? Okay, go on, talk to me. Talk to me, King.
We do the dope fiend, bro.
Oh, here you go.
We made them niggas watch our call, bro, and give them $5, bro.
No, I can't give a $5, bro. You too real. I'm up here thinking I'm talking too real in your ass.
That's what we do to the dope fiend.
So that's how we talking on here? That's how we talking on this podcast?
That's what we do to the dope fiend.
Okay, let me pour up a real drink real quick. Yes,
and that's what we did in the hood.
That's what we do.
You make them niggas watch the whole car and then give them $5.
And give them $5 fucking, bro. I already know.
They go, you see them niggas, they go to the dollar store and steal $100 worth of shit, nigga. You give them $10 for it. Right or wrong?
You right.
You don't give a fuck about the dope fiend, nigga.
You right.
Them niggas died dope fiends, nigga. DMX, Black Rock, and George Floyd.
Bruh, and then even the goddamn, like I said earlier, the legends. Prince died on it. Michael died on it. Whitney died
I don't know. Them niggas got killed.
Nigga, we got to say that for another podcast.
Nah, they might have got killed, bro.
We got to say that for another podcast. No, if you're going to go that route.
Them niggas got killed. I think Michael.
If one is a plant, all is a plant, though. So then you can get me on the narrative that this all is a plant shit.
No, you can't tell me George Floyd was the same seed in the same garden as Mike and Prince, nigga.
I mean,
as far as we should kill
it caught the world, and maybe we shouldn't kill this nigga, but killing a nigga caught the world's attention. It caught the world's attention. Killing a nigga. We didn't have to kill the nigga. We killed a nigga, and it caught the world's attention. To the point where when we was waiting, when they said that you'll get the verdict by 4:30, and then we got past 4:30, everybody was on edge. Damn shit. We good? We okay? We safe? We gonna be all right? What the fuck about to happen? That's the world's attention. I'm driving to work. I hear on the radio, we waiting on the verdict. As soon we cutting into fucking Beyonce. All praises be to the queen. But we cutting into Beyonce. What? Like if Beyonce come on, you gotta shout her out real quick. You gotta shout her out real quick. The king and the queen, Hov and B. That's another podcast for another day. But they gonna cut into that.
That's some great clips.
They gonna cut into that. And they gonna be like, this is the verdict. And like I keep saying, and like I said before, if it would have been not guilty, not guilty, not guilty, I was curious to see what the fuck were we gonna do? What are you gonna do? One of my favorite clips is Al Pacino
niggas wasn't gonna do shit. Bro.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Any given Sunday, what are you gonna do?
These motherfuckers want to do shit, man. These niggas shoot at each other, man. These niggas kill each other by bitches, man. Y'all niggas ain't about shit, man. Especially you rap niggas.
But I'm the bridge between the old generation and the new generation. So I still gotta say, shit, you can't leave. I gotta stick up for all the young generation is shit because they are brilliant. They really moving better than the previous generation, if you really think about it. The previous generation and the generation before then, y'all motherfuckers was introducing drugs to the community, tearing each other down, doing all this crazy shit, crack, all that trade. Now, I'm not even talking about you. I'm talking about before you and then maybe into you. And then once we get into here, 1990, 1989, 1988, once we start getting into the millennials, we start thinking of different ways. Now, yeah, we still get into some shit, but we ain't introducing no harmful, crazy shit to our own. I think that we are really with each other more than any other generation.
They want to blame us for it.
I want to blame y'all. Y'all taught us the game. Y'all taught us the game.
That's their problem. They want to blame us for the shit, for the stupid shit they doing. We don't take no motherfucking pill.
You taught us the game, nah. You taught us the game. You taught us the game. We just took the game and we took it different. And then we just got blessed with technology. And then we got blessed with social media. And then we just moved different. But what y'all generation taught us is still present to this fucking day. And then the ones like me, the 30-somethings that's in the middle of all of it, the late 20s, early 30-somethings that's in the middle of that, we can remember that old school shit. We can remember that 90s shit. We can remember pre-social media shit. We can't remember it quite as well as you, but we can. But then we also can remember this shit. We the generation, we the superheroes. We the ones that really saving this shit. We the glue, my nigga. We the glue that's keeping this shit together. But my bad, I started talking my shit. Go ahead, bro.
Man, this nigga bugging, man. These young niggas. Listen, y'all listen to this nigga. These young niggas, look.
I guarantee you it's some niggas out there right now that's like, yes, come on, King. Speak for us, King. Let's go, King.
See. Don't look, y'all. Don't hype him up. Don't hype this shit up. It ain't worth it, y'all. Don't hype this shit.
It is. We building each other's up. And then that's another thing. Me and my brother talked about that one time. I want to touch on this briefly before you get to this. The King thing. Now, I'm going to say one thing. My thing is, I introduced this King thing a long time ago. I do want to say I'm the originator of it, as far as doing it without being famous. Like, I could be famous and be talking that King shit, but I be talking King shit on my level. And I've been doing that for a few years now. And my brother told me one day, he was like, you got grown men calling you King. And he was, and we deep dive into why that is, because he wasn't saying it like that's a bad thing. He was saying it like people realize, because people don't realize that I'm quick to say King right back. Like, come on, because I think that the power in King for Black men should be said. Like, come on, King, if you want some King shit, I'm gonna say that shit. So when I said it, when I was calling myself King, that was just me believing in myself. Like, y'all can say whatever. Like, my name is Denzel. Like, fucking Denzel. Like, I should just, like, that's already enough. But I'm saying, fuck Denzel, call me King. Like, I want to take it to a whole different level. Like, Denzel already has enough baggage to it. But call me King, but I carried myself and I did enough things in the past few years for people to be like, all right, I fuck with you, King. And I fuck with you too, King. So I just want to take all that negative connotation off King. Don't think that you're weaker when you call somebody a King, or don't think that it makes, it's whatever. That, to me, that's self-acknowledgement, King to King. But what you think about that, though? And I want you to be honest, because I know old school don't fuck with that. I ain't calling no other nigga King. Fuck that nigga.
No, I'm a different animal. You know what I mean? So, a lot of guys in my generation like to call themselves soldiers.
Soldier, bet.
You know what I mean? But, my salute to my grandfather, man, who was actually a soldier.
Bet.
But he called himself a warrior. Warrior don't answer to no general.
Yes, sir.
A soldier does.
Yes, sir.
See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Warrior, I'm out here by myself, nigga. I'm willing to die and go to jail about it.
Yes, sir. Warrior. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of niggas, y'all soldiers, y'all just willing to die for it. I die and go to jail about it. Or go to jail. See what I'm saying? I suffer long term for it. That's a warrior.
Bro, I feel like I'm a warrior too, though, because I go to jail for a motherfucker too.
You feel what I'm saying?
I suffer for a motherfucker too.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of motherfuckers rather just end it, nigga. You can't suffer for it.
I suffer
Test
for
your manhood, nigga. How much you know what I mean? Like real
How
shit.
much can you really take?
Yeah, and that's I give a whole nother life for this cause.
Bro, I put my life on the line for you.
You know what I mean? I do this half right here and do a whole nother half the rest of this.
Even if I know you ain't gonna see it, acknowledge it, or say anything about it, I still do it.
That's
because I know that's a warrior.
That's a warrior,
yeah, bro.
That's warrior.
That was
man.
Come on now, we got a hand clap for that motherfucker right there.
Nigga.
God damn.
Hit that like, hit that subscribe button.
That's deep right there.
Yeah, man. That Warriors Island, man. You know what I mean? A lot of niggas, you know what I mean, do that. You know what I mean? You know.
That's deep as fuck.
I don't. What got me to a lot of point, my brother. You know what I mean? And being an artist, man, like I play a lot of my shit now. You know what I mean? On the show and whatnot, right? But man, you know, music, you know what I mean? A lot of the shit we do and talking about, man, we are detriment to our own kind, man. You know, that's why like nowadays, man, you know, I try to like talk to a lot of you, man. I figure now, we so done, bro. You know what I mean? We so done, man. Like, you know, we watch the news, man. You know, even right here in Georgia alone, bro. You know what I mean? The crime rate, man, what these kids doing, man. We can go right now on live, nigga. It's some new shit they done did now.
But see that's the bigger goal in it all. So I don't know if you okay, I'm 29. I never asked you how old you are.
37.
37. Okay. So 29, 30, well, I might as well say 30, 37. 30, 37.
37.
So you significantly older than me. And think about, and when I say significantly, I don't mean that in a, you know, a shady way. I mean it's significant because you think about what you are in my life right now. So for me, what I pride myself on is the younger people that I interact with, that I show them something different, because a lot of them say they never have seen somebody like me. And I'm able to hear that without even being famous yet.
Right.
So it'd be different if I just had a fucking $1 billion and they're like, oh yeah, but for them to feel that now is real. So from them to me to you, that shit is almost like levels, because meeting you, I haven't even met nobody down here outside of my brother, Jameson, that, and he's not even, you know, he's just a little bit older than me, but meeting somebody else, a black man who is doing this, who has this platform, who is actually doing it, actually putting in the work, like that shit inspires me. I was excited to be a part of this podcast today. I was excited to be here. This opportunity is exciting for me. I would do this. I would call out work for this shit. So you're inspiring me. So you got to think that the real thing that could happen is that don't think that anything is lost on us, because you never know the trickle down effect of what's going on. Because from you to me to the next young nigga, it might come from you. You might inspire me to be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm about to do this. Let me get these likes. Let me do all of this. I didn't see all of this. He showed me. I finally see it. So your power, your impact is going to be real. And the higher you go, the more real it's going to be. And I think that what we all can do better, how we can change shit, is that if we all are cognitive of that, and we all are aware of that and realizing that we need to take our own experiences and pour it into the next generation, and don't leave them out here to fucking dry, and just be like, you know what, y'all figure it out. No, I'm gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you exactly how to do it, but I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you where I fucked up at. I'm gonna show you good things. I'm gonna show you bad things. It's up to you. But that's just me. All I was saying to say all of that shit that I just went in, that soliloquy, was I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you for bringing me in. Hey, thank you for bringing me here. Thank you for showing me this.
Yo, you can't be mad. You can't be mad at that, family. You can't be mad at that at all, family. Hey, man. Salute, bro.
Salute.
Salute, man.
What you got next for me?
Cheers to you, man.
You gonna talk about some aliens?
Cheers.
What we gonna talk about?
Tell you
what you ready for? I'm ready. Clip fully loaded. I feel like an old Western right now. Don't let me find out I can do the special effects, the sound effects too. Had this whole podcast with it. Where you going with this? But again, while he finding it, shout out to everybody who's watching right now, listening right now. All around the world, he told me. Goddamn, Singapore, Australia, Losiakadada, Hawaii, just all around the fucking world. People, Uganda, Ethiopia, goddamn, people just, they just in there talking to each other about it. Everybody's listening from all across the fucking world on your platform that you got. So thank y'all, all y'all listening. Sorry if I'm a little bit too ghetto or if I'm talking too much shit, but my guy brought me here, got me feeling good.
Get the shit out, man.
It is what it is. So I gotta talk a little bit of shit. It is what it is. And we celebrating, you know, two black men coming together and doing this and officially sitting down and having real conversations. And that's what we supposed to do. But now he pulling up some shit. Look, everything in life is I did my best. I didn't know what else I was gonna say after that. I was like, nigga, you in the goddamn pull up. Nigga, I was going as long as I could now. Shit.
Hold on, because my family already know I do. I want to play this, but I want to get your views on it. You know what I mean? So hold on.
So you pulling up that Bill Gates? Is this that shit where he hit us with the
different types of cars, different ways of building buildings? There are a lot of services where you can bring the energy for that service down quite substantially. Some individual services even bring it down by 90%. There are other services like how we make fertilizer or how we do air transport, where the rooms for improvement are far, far less. And so overall here, if we're optimistic, we may get a reduction of a factor of 3 to even perhaps a factor of 6. But for these first 3 factors now, we've gone from 26 billion to at best, maybe 13 billion tons. And that just won't cut it. So let's look at this 4th factor. This is gonna be a key one. And this is the amount of CO2 put out for each unit of energy. And so the question is, can you actually get that to 0? If you burn coal, no. If you burn natural gas, no. Almost every way we make electricity today.
This is the nigga who ran your vaccines. This is the nigga who ran your fucking vaccines, bitch.
And so what we're going to have to do at a global scale is create a new system. And so we need energy miracles. Now, when I use the term miracle, I don't mean something that's impossible. You know, the microprocessor is a miracle. The personal computer is a miracle. The internet and services are a miracle. So the people here participated in the creation of many miracles. Usually we don't have a deadline where you have to get the miracle by a certain date. Usually you just kind of stand by and some come along, some don't. This is a case where we actually have to drive at full speed and get a miracle in a pretty
make this shit happen.
Now I thought, how could I really capture this? Is there some kind of natural illustration, some demonstration that would grab people's imagination here? I thought back to a year ago when I brought mosquitoes, and somehow people enjoyed that. It really got them involved in the idea.
Didn't he just say he brought mosquitoes and people enjoyed it?
So with energy, all I could come up with is this. I decided that releasing fireflies would be my contribution to the environment here this year. So here we have some natural fireflies. I'm told they don't.
There's a room of scientists.
Not even believe that.
Like real people.
Now there's all sorts of gimmicky solutions like that one, but they don't really add up to much. We need solutions, either one or several, that have unbelievable scale and unbelievable reliability. And although there's many directions of people seeking, I really only see 5 that can achieve the big numbers. I've left out tide, geothermal, fusion, biofuels. Those may make some contribution, and if they can do better than I expect, so much the better. But my key point here is that we're going to have to work on each of these 5.
Yeah.
And we can't give up any of them because they
bring it back to the script.
Because they've all
You got to lose some niggas.
Let's look first at the burning fossil fuels, either burning coal or burning natural gas. What you need to do there seems like it might be simple, but it's not. And that's to take
they might be watching
all the
this and
CO2
they thinking like,
after you've burned it, going out the flue,
what you get into,
pressurize it, create a liquid,
point?
put it somewhere, and hope it stays there.
Science is care.
Now, we have some pilot things that do this at the 60 to 80% level, but getting up to that full percentage, that will be very tricky. And agreeing on where these CO2 quantities should be put will be hard. But the toughest one here is this long-term issue. Who's going to be sure? Who's going to guarantee something that is literally billions of times larger than any type of waste you think of in terms of nuclear or other things? This is a lot of volume. So that's a tough one. Next would be nuclear. It also has 3 big problems. Costs, particularly in highly regulated countries, is high. The issue of the safety, really feeling
talking
good
about what they're doing
nothing
now.
can go wrong. That
As far as
you know, you
controlling
have these
population,
human operators,
as far as your
that the fuel
vaccines,
doesn't get
with
used as weapons.
coronavirus.
This,
then
okay,
what
I'm
you
gonna
do
let
with
you
the
play
waste.
all of this, but I
Although
really
it's
want
not
to get
very
into
large,
even what
there are a
this
lot
is
of
happening
concerns
right
about
here.
that.
But I'll tell you after you
Good
let
about
this play,
So 3
Okay.
very
because I
tough
think this is a
problems,
part of the problem.
that might be solvable.
What you mean?
And so should be
I
worked
tell
on.
you, I'm gonna let you let it play.
The last 3 of
you.
the 5 I grouped together. These are what people often refer to as the renewable sources. And they actually, although it's great they don't require fuel, they have some disadvantages. One is that
This ain't
the
getting to nobody.
density of energy gathered
That's what
in
I'm
these
trying to tell you.
technologies is
ain't
dramatically
getting to
less than a
nobody.
power plant.
You know what
This
I'm
is
saying?
energy farming. So you're
Let
talking
me
about
come back.
many
Let
square
us come
miles,
back.
thousands
We're gonna
of
talk about it, but that ain't getting to nobody.
We back.
We back?
Yeah.
times more area.
So what I said, like how that shit, you go ahead and do your thing
No,
real quick. I was saying like, okay, that for the amount of time that just went on. Now let me just speak from a perspective of if I was just listening to this and somebody, the viewer, the listener, is on a high because of our dialogue that we was just having. And if we could have pivoted into that, what that just was, and put that message across without the PowerPoints and all the shit that didn't nobody really care about. I heard what you said of why we should care about that, but we gotta keep folks while they on the high. And I think that's where we fuck up at. That's going back to this George Floyd situation. While we got people's attention, let's act. Don't have people's attention and then get into, trying to take them to school on some shit that they like. Keep their attention, get their attention, and talk to them. You have to talk with them, not at them. You have to have a conversation with them, is what I'm saying. That's it. That's what I just got from that. Because I got what you wanted from that. And I heard when you explained it to me, but I'm just thinking as the listener, as the viewer, as that person that's in Singapore listening right now, they might have been right with us to that point.
Nah, fuck that. Nah, he got me fucked up, y'all.
At least you let me say it.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me get it off.
Yeah, I wanted you to get that shit
Get that
off.
clip off.
No, we ain't going out like that.
We can't go out like that. We got them, we got to keep them.
And you gotta understand how I've been boxing their ass in, bro. I love testing the waters on them.
Shout out to Singapore. Shout out to LA. Shout out to Cleveland. Shout out to Cleveland. Shout out to Akron. Akron's own, the king, returning soon. The return of the king will be the story. Young Buck, Young King is coming soon. Tomorrow night, ESPN, maybe TNT, I don't know. Dallas Lakers, Young Goat returns. So shout out to him. Shout out to everybody who's still getting unemployment because I'm not. So I hope that y'all still enjoying those checks.
Real shit. Yo, you know what? Shout out to everybody on their way to jail fucking with these PPP loans, man.
Boy, because I sure was about to get slipped up and catch my way into one, but the Lord told me and he said, Denzel.
I was right there.
The Lord said that, and I didn't see people show me the money. Whoa, won't he do it? Won't he do it? He told me, Denzel, don't do it because your ass gonna go to jail.
I was a click next to continue.
I was about to take that loan. I had everything set up. Go on, give me that 40,000 real quick, baby. And I said, nah, I can't do it. I can't do it. Like, I can't. Denzel can't go to jail. The shit rhyme. It can't even happen. Like, I can't even let that shit happen.
It was gonna be bad, man.
But that money, they just show making it easy.
Them folk got lists out and everything.
They already know who getting that motherfucking money. And that money gonna come right back on you, but it's cool.
This says $189 billion worth of loans out there.
You think they ain't gonna get that money?
And they coming, they collect.
They coming.
So
talking about you got 30 years. Hey, you got 30 years in prison, nigga.
I know, man.
40,000. I'm like, hell no, you ain't about to give me no 40,000, goddamn.
I know a girl, they got a 20-piece full time. I got 23 or 26, 20, 21. She got to do it full time,
But to bring it back to what I said before, this is a part of the bigger narrative. Why we always trying to get that quick, easy thing? Like I said, guilty was quick and easy. Yeah. Not guilty. Well, I'm gonna keep that motherfucking narrative. I don't care because we already ready to settle. We already ready for it to just be quick and easy.
Cause she's taking a ride, no question.
Oh yeah,
we're going to jail.
That's for you gonna enjoy that 40,000 for about a year.
Y'all going to jail. Y'all. I hope y'all. You know what I mean. I hope you look. That shit for you. Like, you know what I mean. It's for the business and the employees, man. So I hope a lot of y'all did do the right thing, did at least start a business.
Hell no, there's some folks that ain't even starting no motherfucking business and doing that shit.
Niggas going all out of town, y'all.
They said that's my traveling fund.
You know what I'm saying? That's all in Miami and shit. All these days niggas going to jail, but ain't gonna be no hoes out there with them, bro. I'm telling you, this winter, but the club gonna be empty. Trust me.
It's gonna be a cold winter. Winter is coming too. Winter is coming. Winter is coming, my guy.
It'll be a cold winter for real.
Winter is coming.
Joe Biden pulling up. Y'all voted him in, and he pulling up.
But so how did you, not to change it, but how did you feel today when you woke up? How did you feel?
Talking about that Derek Chauvin was in jail.
Yeah, did you feel different? Actually, let's trace back to the moment because we actually had the moment together. So we went outside, smoked a cigarette, waiting like we was nervous. When we was in the restaurant, they clapped when it happened. It was like a celebration. We turned the TVs up. We turned the TVs up and turned the music down. We never do that. Never do that. We did that for this.
Yeah.
And in the moment, of course, it was a relief. We all sighed. I think nobody can lie and say they didn't just have like okay, we got one. We finally got one. That's what it felt like. But how did you feel today? You feel different? You give a fuck? Did it feel like you won today?
You know, it's bad, man.
The morning after.
I need to get my shit together because I probably really don't give a fuck.
You didn't give a fuck.
I didn't give a fuck.
It was still on my mind.
I just realized the shit now. Like, I probably really didn't give a fuck.
You didn't give a fuck. It didn't change your mindset as a person today.
No, and it should have. Because, you know, as you said, you know, this is a monumental moment for Black people, right?
Yeah.
We got one. Man, this shit crazy, bro.
That's what I'm saying. How did you feel today as a Black man?
Embarrassed, really. To be honest, and disrespect still.
That it took all this?
It ain't enough for me. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Now that's where I'm at. Even though I guess you could say we got him.
We finally got one.
We got him.
We finally got one.
I guess you can say we got it.
We finally got one.
But still, you know what I mean?
1 out of a billion?
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
1 out of a billion?
That one guy, man, it doesn't kill an ideology. You know what I mean?
Did you when you watch that, and I want people to go back in this because I want them to know what I saw. When they said guilty the first time, the most powerful thing about that whole moment And I actually thank God for the mask, because the mask let me see your eyes, and the eyes reveals the truth to your soul. So when I'm looking at his eyes, when they say guilty, when I tell you this nigga really looked shocked, like he looked like, really, I'm the one?
Yeah.
I'm the one that they got? Like, wait, no, this story has been the same for a fucking 100 years. And I'm the one? Like, that's how his eyes look. Go back and watch that video, y'all. When they said guilty, this nigga said, no. I can't be the one out of all these motherfuckers.
I was surprised. You know, I was surprised, you know, because I thought because they've been doing this shit forever, man.
Yeah.
They be getting off.
Yeah. That's why he was looking like that. He was like, it ain't no way I'm the one. I already knew I was about to go home to my wife. It's about to be over with, and the world gonna burn itself down, and I'm gonna be right home with my wife.
Watching it on TV.
Watching it on TV. Protected. Because you can't tell me it ain't some powerful white people out there protecting him. But there's some powerful white people out there protecting his ass too. That's why he's nice, safe, and secluded. He ain't going to he ain't going to nobody's general population.
He gonna do the minimal sense.
Yeah, he ain't gonna be around no real niggas. He ain't gonna be around nobody that can harm him. They was like, okay, you're gonna have to get through this, but trust me, you're gonna be very well protected. He got some very powerful people on his side, and he ain't gonna have to worry about nothing. They say he in a special facility. Like, come on now. Now, not to say it's a white or black thing, because Bill Cosby in that same facility. It's just when you got some powerful people in your corner, you don't go to regular prison. You go to, like, you're in prison, but you're not in prison. Like, you still can tweet and shit. Your wife can come anytime. You getting whatever meal you want. Like, he gonna be okay. 10 or 12 years of that shit. Ain't no real prison. Ain't no shit that we would go through if we had to go through that. We wouldn't be transported to a special facility away from everybody because of dangers that could happen to us.
That's what I'm saying. I thought like tonight, this nigga, when they locked him up in court, you know what I'm saying? I thought tonight when they locked him up in court, his ass gonna get touched.
No, they already said it. They took him to a solitude like place. I'm gonna pull that shit up. They said we took this nigga to a special facility because of worry that somebody might harm him. But they did just say that he's being held in solitary confinement. So
Chauvin.
Solitary confinement is solitary confinement. But like I said, if you think about, or if you go back and look at the video, and then Brett Favre done for it. Brett Favre done for it. I just saw this. That's why every time I go on my, Brett Favre says it's hard to believe Derek Chauvin meant to kill George Floyd. Brett Favre thinks Derek Chauvin didn't intend to kill George Floyd.
Brett Favre, anyway.
Yeah, but he always been on the edge of being on that good old boy shit.
He just killed his Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but he already done for. Yeah, Brett Favre, I'm gonna be the first person to say this before we get to Undisputed and First Take tomorrow. Fuck you. And we can go on about that. Because anything about that, like I said, bigger to the case. Not saying that I care about George Floyd, nothing like that, but that shit is undeniable. It's intentional. And the fact that they have a history, that's the part that people keep leaving out the story. Him and this man had a history. They been didn't like each other. He been didn't like him. So when he had his neck on that man's throat, that wasn't no random fucking neck. That wasn't no random neck that he had his fucking knee on. Like, it wasn't like it was just some random nigga. It was somebody who he had already had encounters with. That's why he wasn't about to get up. Like, I'm sick of this nigga. So that's what makes it different. And we just so happen to have that 17-year-old girl, I don't know what her name is, that recorded the shit for the whole duration of the time. Because imagine if she didn't. Because his police report didn't include a lot of shit. But the video included all the shit. So if that video didn't happen, it would have been another one of the 1,000 stories where they just lied. He would have just said, oh yeah, he just died because, you know, he fucking got lung cancer or some shit like that, and just let it go like that.
Carbon monoxide.
Yeah. But the police report was different from the video. They brought that shit up in the fucking case. So if we didn't have that video, we wouldn't even be talking about this. That video coming out while we were locked down, so we had no choice but to watch it. Yeah. Changed the world. It changed the fucking world. I will give it that. Like I said earlier, we don't give a fuck about George Floyd as a person, but as a figure, as an entity. And I know that sounds bad, but as a figure and as an entity, I know how that sounds.
Salute my boy D, man. Real shit,
it's a figure.
Nigga, we don't give a fuck about George Floyd.
We don't care about George Floyd. Who knew George Floyd? God damn it. I got cousins that I really don't give a fuck about. So you telling me that I give a fuck about this nigga that I don't know nothing about? I don't. But the idea and everything that happened, I do give a fuck about that. If I could separate the two things. But I ain't gonna wear no George Floyd shirt. You know, I ain't gonna wear no GF shirt. That ain't gonna happen. But the idea that this motherfucker got beef with him and he can kill him and thought he would get away with it, and then he got held accountable, which has never been done in history. I give a fuck about that. It's game changing. It's a game changer. It's one of the biggest game changers of all time. Because even fucking OJ, we like to say we got away with one with OJ because he killed a white woman. But that wasn't, what did that really do for us? Nothing. This one, but you know, we're gonna see what it really does for us in the future. I keep saying I don't give a fuck about George Floyd. And I know R.I.P. George Floyd. To the family, I feel my sympathy is with you. You know, my condolences. But as far as, I don't mean to keep saying fuck, yeah, but I don't, you know, I ain't know that nigga. Like, I ain't gonna say fuck that nigga, but I ain't know that nigga. Like, I don't know his plights. I don't know what he been through. But goddamn, out here with counterfeit $20 bills, I don't know what the hell you got going on. But that don't mean the nigga should have had his knee on your neck. You out here scheming shit, I probably wouldn't have liked you anyway. But you shouldn't have had the knee on the fucking neck. And that's it. Y'all been had beef. That's why that nigga looked so shocked when that shit happened. Boy, they gonna be mad at me for this. If this go viral, boy, they gonna, you know, goddamn Kamala Harris might call me, Denzel, why were you speaking on it? You have to know.
Hey.
Barack Obama, Denzel, hey, look, me and Miss Cheryl were watching. And we like to think that you could have talked about that a little bit differently. Now listen, we respect you. We respect Xavier, everything that y'all have going on. But you didn't have to say fuck George Floyd so many times. You see, you said you don't give a fuck too many times. And listen, I really don't give a fuck either. But I don't say the shit. That's what Obama would have came in that bitch and said. I'm gonna get this phone call eventually.
Hey, family, it's a favorite podcast, man.
I'm done, y'all.
We're back in a minute.
Yeah, we gotta go.
This nigga is true.
Bruh.
You carry that bitch.
Bruh.
Carry that motherfucker.
Bruh. Made me pull out my Obama. We on mute. They can't hear me no more. They still can hear me. They can hear me no more. Like the Obama.
Damn.
Bro, this shit might be legendary, bro. We're gonna look back on this one. I
got so many clips.
Yeah, I know.
Like, look. No, I'm letting you go in, man.
Yeah.
I apologize. But I'm letting you work. I'm letting you too.
Bro, you are, but you letting me like.
I'm letting you get your shit out. And like that, I'm letting you get your shit out. So,
bro, I'm getting some shit.
I throw a little 1-2 liners, but you carry that bitch, bro. Like what? The clips. Watch the clips.
The clip. I gotta
watch. Why you gotta do these motherfuckers? The shit you said, nigga.
I know.
Why I put the fat nigga right with it? And I just stopped them niggas and drove around them niggas. Why?
Bro, this shit too lit, bro.
Stay tuned.
Woo! Yeah, I know. I got it. Yeah, no, I just got it.
Yeah.
Woo!
We gonna close it out.
We about to close it out. Did you really just listen all the way up until the end? Oh, it was a it was a whole nother. I brought it back again. But I'm about to, you still want to have a drink after this? This is about over now. Well, I'm in Stockbridge. Yeah, but if you can't, bro, it's cool. This might be it. I'm leaving 6 a.m. Yeah. Yeah. I'm about to call you back in a minute.
Other words, I ain't got time to run game. If I'm shooting my shot, then it's Kurt Cobain. Make certain aim at the heart, so all my efforts can go in vain. Strong feelings for you, baby, swole like vein. Make it so pronounced, cadence holds my things.
Where we going at the end of this?
Hold my chains. If I finish with my thoughts, then I'm paid.
Running through my mind all day.
It's my John Wayne. It's the wild, wild west. No true feel, but it's true words best. Lied in the shots from the dude you left. I remain for the truth and the dude for best. Chinchilla, I take a shit.
Salute to my boy. Andrew Worth. It's that Waves off that project, Rhythm and Passion. Y'all go check that out on all your streaming platforms. Everywhere you check music out, because I damn sure what I be doing, you know what I mean? And I ain't got no music going. I go to check that out, you know what I mean? So you should do the same. Yeah. So salute to the God, man. Hey, again, man, we in here, man. We in the building. You know what I mean? Just rapping how we do it, man. Again, salute to my guy, Denzel, in the building, you know what I'm saying? But
it's lit now.
Probably one of the most controversial guests we done had on the show so far.
Man, lit now. Talk all my shit.
Salute to it, man.
Those on camera, y'all didn't see me talk all my shit.
Salute to it anyway, you know what I mean?
Sorry I've been so controversial, y'all. This is what y'all gonna get every time I come on. I tell you where to find me if you want to talk to me about it.
With that said, go on and give it to him, cuz.
Right now, you can go to Snapchat. It's Zell Knows One. ZELNKN. Let me go back. ZELKNOWS1. That's the Snapchat. Everything else, that's all you gonna get. You can find me on Facebook if you want to. You can try to find me on Instagram if you want to. I'm not a social media person. I love Snapchat because I can put that shit out there 24 hours. That's all you get. And then it disappears. I don't have to see your comments. I don't have to worry about it. And if you want to bring something directly to me, you can message me. And then we can have a direct dialogue about it. It don't got to be, oh, I'm going to put this in the motherfucking comments. So no, come to me. So Zell Knows One. ZELKNOWS1. The number one. See my snap. Message me if you really got something to say. Screenshot it if you really feeling good. And then I'll be able to see all that shit. Other than that, eventually, if y'all really demand it, I'll start getting the Instagram and the Facebook and all that shit. But I'm old school. Catch me on the snap, baby. Goddamn. You get the best 24-hour story of your life. You better get it in while you can. And if you screenshot it, I will know.
Hey. But that was the best. I ain't even bullshit, y'all. Y'all know we be out here, bro. That was the best outro I've ever heard, man. Salute to the God. Appreciate my guy, Denzel Smith, for joining us tonight, man.
It was fun. We got to do it again. I'll be back next week.
No question. He'll be back next week.
Somebody don't kill me.
He better be back next week.
I'll be back next week.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll be back next week.
Salute, of course, you know what I mean, to our sponsors that I don't have in front of me right now. But so with that said, it is what it is. It will be plugged in this spot. You know what I mean? When you hear this shit again, other than the live stream. You know what I mean?
Love y'all. But all love. All love. Remember that it's all love.
Facts, man. Peace and light, everybody. Y'all already know it's the Vein Verdict Podcast. Your boy Pimp Black. We out.
That shit might have been legendary. That shit might have been legendary.
Facebook at the Vein Verdict, Twitter at the Vein Verdict, Instagram _Vein_Verdict, Google Plus at the Vein Verdict, Skype Vein Verdict. For all sponsorship inquiries and all show ideas inquiries, you can email us at the veinverdict@gmail.com. Again, the veinverdict@gmail.com.
Salute to Jameson. Salute to my boy Denzel Smith. Salute to every last one of you, family. Peace and light.
I love y'all.
That part.
The Vein Verdict Podcast.